If you're still confused about when to use the simple past tense, this mistake is silently killing your IELTS speaking score. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Pre-IELTS Grammar Session 3, and today we are starting with the simple past tense, the tense you use all the time in IELTS Speaking Part 1 and 2, so let's master it properly. But before we begin, please comment past if you talked about yesterday in English this week. When do we use the simple past tense? We use this tense to talk about finished activities at a known time in the past. For example, Steve saw his teacher in the street yesterday. Amanda broke up with her boyfriend last week. We didn't take part in the meeting last night. They went for a walk for the first time 1 month ago. She fixed her car 2 weeks ago. He was ill last week. Did Sarah dance with John at the party last night? This is a yes-no question. What did the teacher teach last session? And this is a WH question. Common time expressions with the simple past are yesterday, last week, 2 days ago, last session. Now, please comment one sentence with the simple past tense in only 10 seconds. Okay, there are 2 groups of past verbs. The first group is regular verbs. To make past verbs, we add ed to the base form of regular verbs. Look at these examples. Walk. So we add ed to this verb and we have the past form of it, walked. Likewise, we have talk, talked, dance, danced, step, stepped. I'll explain why letter P is doubled in this word at the end of the next session. Now let's move to the other group of past verbs. Irregular verbs. We have to look them up in the dictionary and learn them. We have ate as the past form of the verb eat. And we have had as the past form of have. Likewise, was is the past form of am and is, and were is the past form of are. The past form of do and does is did. Now look at the verb see in the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. As you can see, the present simple is see. The present simple for the third person singular is sees, and below it we have past simple, which is saw. Now let's learn how to make sentences with the simple past tense. The first group is affirmative sentences. We have 2 main patterns for affirmative sentences. The first one is subject plus past verb, and the next one is subject plus was or were plus noun or adjective. For example, I walked a long distance to school yesterday. Here I have I as the subject of this sentence and walked as the past verb of this sentence. And the next example, she ate breakfast at 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Now let's read an example with the second pattern. They were angry because of the accident. They is the subject of the sentence. Then we have were and the adjective angry. He was a student 2 years ago. Here I have subject, then was, and then a noun. Now let's learn how to make negative sentences with the simple past tense. The first pattern is subject plus didn't, which is did not, plus the base form of the verb. Remember, whenever we have did in a sentence or a question, a base verb must be used afterwards. And the other pattern for negative sentences with the simple past tense is subject plus wasn't or weren't plus a noun or an adjective. Now let's make negative sentences out of the mentioned examples. Look at the first sentence. I walked a long distance to school yesterday. I didn't walk a long distance to school yesterday. After I have didn't, so my verb must be in its base form. Now you have 10 seconds to make a negative sentence out of the next example. Okay, the negative form is, she didn't eat breakfast at 9 o'clock yesterday morning. And the next one, they weren't angry because of the accident. Now you've got 10 seconds to make a negative sentence out of the last example. Okay, the negative form is, he wasn't a student 2 years ago. Now let's learn how to make questions with the simple past tense. First, we learn yes-no questions. The pattern is did plus subject plus base verb, or was or were plus subject plus a noun or an adjective. For example, did you walk a long distance to school yesterday? Did she eat breakfast at 9 o'clock yesterday morning? Were they angry because of the accident? And the last one, was he a student 2 years ago? Pay attention, I raise my voice at the end of these questions because they are yes-no questions. Let's now learn WH questions. We have WH word plus did plus subject and eventually base verb as the first pattern, and WH word plus was or were plus subject plus noun or adjective as the second one. Let's read some examples. Why did you walk a long distance to school yesterday? When did she eat breakfast yesterday morning? Why were they angry? When was he a student? Remember, I dampen my voice at the end of these questions because they are WH questions. Here's a very important tip for you to learn. If WH questions omit or question the subject, the base form of the sentence is used in the question, whatever the tense. For example, who sent you the email? In this question, I don't have any subject, so I don't use did or a base verb in this question. Another example is, what happened at the party? As you can see, I don't have any subject and did in this question. Who made dinner last night? Now look at this question. Who or whom did you see at a party? There is a big difference between this question and the previous ones. I have the subject, but the object is questioned, so I must use did and the base verb see. The answer to this question is, I saw Mary at a party. Now, there is a challenge for you. Look at this sentence. She did see us. This sentence is neither a negative sentence nor a question. So why there are did and the base verb see in this sentence? We use this structure to emphasize the meaning of the verb. The pattern is subject plus did plus base verb. Look at this example. I did exercise yesterday. I'm emphasizing that I exercised yesterday. They did eat out last week. And the last example, Dr. Smith did clock in at 7 a.m. yesterday morning. I'm emphasizing that Dr. Smith arrived at 7 a.m. yesterday morning. Now it's your turn. Please answer these IELTS Speaking Part 1 questions using the simple past tense. You can pause the video to answer each question in less than 20 seconds. Which TV program did you like to watch when you were a child? Did you help your parents with house chores when you were a child? Did you learn anything about music at school? When was the first time you wore a watch? What did you like about your high school? Were you polite to your teachers? Did you like to eat lots of fruit when you were a child? Well done. To master the simple past tense, please make 15 affirmative and negative sentences in addition to 15 yes, no and WH questions. You can also read units and do exercises in one of these boxes. Number 1, English Grammar in Use, Intermediate Level, Unit 5. Number 2, Oxford Practice Grammar, Intermediate Level, Unit 8. And number 3, Oxford English Grammar Course, Intermediate Level, Section 4. Great job for finishing this lesson. If this video helped you understand the simple past tense, make sure to hit like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Stay with me for the next part, past continuous tense, where most learners get confused.